Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Stallone Zone. Haven't done a review here in a little bit. I've been working on my other channel, which is my heavy metal channel, Billy's Metal Militia. But we gotta come back and we gotta talk about Stallone. Because there is a couple movies that I still haven't reviewed yet, especially some newer ones. So we're gonna do that for you today. I want to talk about Bullet to the Head. Now, Bullet to the Head is a movie that came out in February of 2012, a couple days short of my birthday, which is February 3rd. And, you know, the film just bombed. It bombed horribly. It cost $55 million to make. It didn't even think it made half that back worldwide. I don't know about DVD sales and Blu-ray sales and on-demand sales and things like that, if they were able to make their budget back all the way or not. I don't know. I don't understand why that happened, because I do like the movie. Do I think it's Sly's best movie ever? No. But I mean, it's a fun little action movie. I don't know why it did so badly based on, Sylvester Stallone's popularity. I would have thought it would at least have made its money back. But it just bombed horribly. And it's too bad, because I think it's a little bit of an underrated gem for Sylvester Stallone. Now he plays a hitman named Jimmy Bobo. The story basically, his partner Lewis gets killed by Jason Momoa's character after he takes out a dirty cop, and he decides he wants to retire and stuff like that. But he tells his partner he kind of wants to retire, but then he gets killed, and so then he obviously wants to take revenge. Sung Kang comes down. His name is Taylor Kwan. He comes down from D.C. to New Orleans, where this takes place, and basically wants to figure out what happened to Hank Greeley, the bad crooked cop that gets killed. And so basically, through a series of events, they both want to find out who killed the other one. Kwan wants to figure out who killed Greeley. Bobo wants to find out who killed Lewis, his partner. So they both kind of work together. Obviously, Sly's a hitman and a criminal. He wants to do things his way. Kwan wants to do things his way. He gets mad when he's too violent. He wants to kill people, and basically they need each other though to find the two killers in the end. And the other bad guy is played by, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. I never have been able to. We're going to do it one time. Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje. I don't know how to pronounce it. I haven't looked it up and heard anybody pronounce it. I really don't care, I guess. He's a bad guy. I don't know. Christian Slater was in it too. Who I just mentioned, the name I could not pronounce, he had hired Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa works for him as the bad guy. So basically, that's basically the outline of the story. It's not too in-depth, but there is a lot of good moments on this film. I really like Sylvester Stallone in it. I thought that he was very tough, rough, kind of played the same characters he played in Get Carter maybe, but with maybe a little less polish. In Get Carter, he kind of had a little bit more polish. He wore the suits and things like that. This is basically, the character he played in Get Carter, but without the fancy suits, pretty much, and a little bit more rough around the edges. And I really liked his character. I thought he played it well. Sly was good in the movie. Sung Kang as his partner, pretty much. Definitely like a buddy cop movie, although they're both not cops. I thought the chemistry was fairly good. There was a couple moments where I felt like it wasn't the best, but they had some good dialogue, and Sly and him go back and forth, some funny jokes, and I overall don't mind Sung Kang. I think that I like him in the Fast and the Furious movies, and I thought he was a good choice. Amazing, no, but I did enjoy him. Jason Momoa as the bad guy, he's very cold and very dark and very calculated killer. There's one instance where he goes to retrieve something for his boss, and he just systematically just executes everybody in this bar, and it's just, you know, very military style, just bam 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 bam, you know, one in the head, two in the chest kind of thing. And really, you buy this guy as a really dark bad guy, and he has a good presence on screen. Jason Momoa kind of gets a bad rap, I guess I would say. I like him. I do. I think he was good. I don't think Conan was as good as Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan, no doubt about it. But I liked it as a fun little action movie. I don't know, he gets kind of a bad rap. And he was good on Game of Thrones as well, Jason Momoa. So, I like Jason Momoa. So you have a lot of different action scenes. There's a scene where wrong movie, where Sly goes to a bathhouse and his character Bobo has a cool little fight with a guy who basically betrayed him, ends up shooting him into the pool, and has a cool fight. And Stallone is just ripped at his age. I mean, he just, fuck, man, that HGH is paying off well. But he looks amazing in this movie, and like I said, you see all his tattoos, and he's just awesome. As the movie goes along, Christian Slater, they end up kidnapping Christian Slater and trying to get information out of him, and Stallone ends up shooting him in the head. And a fun line from that movie, I think you've seen on the trailer, Son Kane says, "You just can't kill a guy like this," or like that, and Stallone goes, "I just did," you know, and that's kind of how he is. Just little subtle moments like that, funny dialogue. You know, there's at one time when they're trying to figure stuff out and they're driving, and Sly says to him, "Why don't you read some fucking tea leaves and figure it out?" You know, and there's a crack about Asians can't drive and things like that, and it's back and forth, and there's some funny moments in the movie. I liked it. I don't know. I mean, the end fight between Momoa and Stallone was pretty memorable, just based on the axes that they use. You just don't see that every day in an action movie. Now, I saw, while this movie was being made, I thought I saw an interview with Sly saying that they were going to be fighting with fire axes. Like, they were going to be set on fire, and they were going to be fighting with that, but that never happens. I don't know why that didn't happen. I guess it didn't need to. Maybe they thought it was a bit over the top and the axes were enough. I don't know, and there's a funny line for Sly too towards the end there when they get the axes and Jimmy Bobo picks it up, Sly's character, and right before he picks it up, he's like, "What are we, Vikings? You know, what are we, fucking Vikings?" And Momoa obviously had just come off doing Conan, and he's amazing swinging that thing around. And I like the action. Sly takes his knife out. It's the knife that his partner Lewis had, and jams it into his mouth, and it opens up. It's one of those, like, I don't know if a stiletto, I think is what they're called. And he flicks it, and the blade goes right into his mouth, and he's saying straight up. And Son Kane shoots him and kills him. Some people were upset about Stallone didn't end up killing him, but I don't really think the guy would have lived. And I think Stallone probably would have handled it. But, you know, Son Kane. There is also another kind of a story between Son Kane and his character and Sly's daughter. She actually removes a bullet from Son Kane. I thought she was pretty hot. She plays like a tattoo girl. She's cute. Ends up obviously the love interest for Son Kane, and she's kidnapped in the end. I forgot to mention that she gets kidnapped. And I don't know. I thought it was a fun action movie. At times, I will agree with some people. It kind of has like a direct-to-DVD type feel to it. Kind of some of the camera work, and it has this weird gold tint over some of the stuff. But even if it was a direct-to-DVD movie, I'd still feel the same way if it hadn't come out in theaters. I still think it's a good movie. Is it his best, like, buddy movie, like a buddy cop movie? No, I think Tango and Cash is a better movie, obviously. I think it's a little more funny. And, but I still like this movie. You know, I've seen it, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 times now. I enjoy it. Definitely didn't deserve to bomb like it did. I don't understand why it bombed like it did, but I guess I kind of do these days. These kind of action movies just aren't you know, if this movie would have been released in the 80s, it would have done very well, or even in the early 90s, it probably would have done really well. But these days, people are going to see other movies, bigger movies like The Hobbit and The Hunger Games, and those type of movies get a lot more. And it was released in February, not the greatest month to release a movie. It was supposed to be released earlier. It was delayed. And so, you know, I think people were already worried about it. I knew it was going to be good. It's an action movie with Sly. And I mean, Jason Momoa's the bad guy. I'm like, I don't see how it could be bad. And I don't think it was bad. I think it was a good movie. I'll give it like an 8 or 8.5. It wasn't like an amazing action movie, but it was a good, solid action movie from Sly. And that's really all I wanted. I thought it was good. And so there you go, bullet to the head. Now, I will be back I want to do Tango and Cash because I looked over my, speaking of Tango and Cash, I looked over the channel and I haven't reviewed Tango and Cash, and I don't know why. But I do want to review that movie in the next, I don't know, month or so. I'm back to this channel, but I'm doing it in small spurts. Like I said, I'm really putting a lot of my energy into my metal channel, Billy's Metal Militia, which I'll leave a link to that down below. I'll also leave a link to my Facebook page if you want to come hang out with me on Facebook. I have a new channel there that's just getting started, and so there you go, bullet to the head. Good movie, underrated in my opinion, and I don't know, I liked it. But and I didn't want to ruin too much of it. I gave some stuff away, but talking about it's a basic action movie. It's not something that needs to be explained so well and in so much depth. Kind of like The Expendables. But and I have seen Escape Plan, and I have not seen Grudge Match though. I did not see that yet. I'm going to go see that actually next week. But I did like Escape Plan. I thought it was good. I think it might be a little bit better than Bullet to the Head. Maybe I might give that like a 9 or so. But we'll review that eventually coming up. I'm doing these reviews kind of as they come, not right away, not as they come out, but just I let them kind of marinate for a little while with me. I like to watch them 3 or 4 times sometimes after they come out and stuff like that. It is out on Blu-ray. It looks really good on Blu-ray. Sounds good on Blu-ray too, so pick it up on Blu-ray. All right, there we go. Bullet to the Head. We'll be back real soon with another review. Well, not real soon, but eventually with another review. So take care, guys. See ya.